Welcome back. We got to get right back into hoops talk because LeBron James sat out a game last night and gasp. It was not didn't seem like a big deal to many except for Bob Kravitz, who wrote the following, quote, "The wussification of America is complete now. We have LeBron James sitting out the 11th game of the regular season. Remember the old days when Larry Bird and Magic Johnson routinely took the night off 3 weeks into the season so they could properly maintain their bodies and get the proper amount of beauty sleep? No? Me neither." Okay. By the way, I don't even want to pile on Kravitz because I've seen a few people doing this today, like getting really, really upset that he sat out. Is this a big deal?
No, and Mr. Bob Kravitz.
I mean, man.
If you look at the statistics, which I am a big fan of.
Why don't you understand?
Who has played more minutes than Magic Johnson and Larry Bird?
Let me guess.
LeBron freaking James.
Hello.
So while you're busy talking about how LeBron's being a wuss because he's not showing up, there is no one of any generation that has played this many minutes at this point in their career ever, in large part because, he's in the playoffs. He's in the finals like every freaking year.
Yeah, no.
Straight. I mean, you talk about.
Does anyone up here agree that?
I won't have a problem with that at all.
Yeah.
I mean, look, the evolution of the sport and the understanding of technology, how to take care of yourself, all those things add up to a smarter player. Not a working harder player, a player who is smarter, more efficient.
But how do we explain to our kids?
How do we tell the children that this is about the greater good? You want LeBron to miss 4 or 5 games so that he can avoid missing weeks at a time with a potential injury with that wear and tear. He ain't getting any younger. No. We got to start guarding. We know he's Teflon, but at some point, everyone
breaks.
The perfect example of that is Serena Williams. Serena only plays like 7 or 8 tournaments, but she's still ranked #1. She's still the top draw because she is preserving her career.
And P.S. Popovich made this an art form.
Thank you.
You're not getting any complaints out of me.
You call him Popovich or wussification? Is that what he's going to?
Never. He could say whatever he wants. Next up, ban football. Legendary orthopedic surgeon Dr. James Andrews, who has treated dozens of NFL players, thinks that if football was invented today, it would be outlawed. He told Sports Illustrated, if we started a new sport today and we wrote up the rules and regulations and we called it football, they probably wouldn't allow it. We're all trying to do everything we can to make football safer, but that's the way the sport is. That is an indictment, Marcellus, that football would be outlawed.
And it wouldn't. Absolutely not. He spends a lot of time in the operating room, obviously. I spend a lot of time on the Pop Warner field. I will admit, fewer number of parents are signing up 8-year-olds, but there were still hundreds and hundreds of 8-year-olds running around there. These parents are cognizant of what can come from playing the sport. These parents are cognizant that these kids are not all going pro, and they still love the experience. So it wouldn't be outlawed. We've had gladiator sports throughout time, boxing, UFC now. You go back to medieval times. All kind of sports have always showed violence, and now that people know their consequences, they still sign up.
Did you just reference medieval times?
I mean, you go all the way back, all the way to almost dinosaurs.
Game of Thrones it.
I mean, not entertaining. Medieval times.
I'm sure those were all highly regulated
jousting
skills.
That's why you are here. Like, we've always had violence in our sports.
FEMA was overseeing all that. It's all the thing is that as long as, especially in Texas, that you have huge, massive stadiums being built for high school football.
20, 30,000
some school districts where they can't even keep the doors open in the school buildings, but they find the money to open up these stadiums. I think we're okay in assuming that football is going to make it past all of the concussion conversations we're having.
It would still be around, but it could look different. And football already looks different than from a long time ago. We're not acting like this is a stagnant thing. They're constantly moving and changing the parts around here to make it safer, to make it more appealing to a lot of those groups, and to help going forward now those kids you talked about on the Pop Warner field that are going to be the next generation of guys we see on Sundays. The game is moving in a better place because we're starting young with a lot of that stuff.
Yeah, to your point, when I played, it felt like 2 concussions a year. Now there's 2 concussions a game. So obviously there are preventative measures out there. The guys are being smarter about it. But you're right, it's evolving. It's going to have a different complexion, but people are still going to participate.
What do you think Bruce Arians is going to think about the good doctor's statement on the safety of football? Do you think he's going to have a problem with it?
Take a tap about football.
Someone get Jim Harbaugh a microphone.
I feel like, so who's going to argue with Dr. James Andrews, though, about this statement?
I would argue with him because it's like you're suggesting as if moral values are going to go over the top of capitalism.
No, I don't think
where in society is that
I think it's
really
more of
prevalent?
I think from a doctor's standpoint, though, and what he's seeing, and I would assume the quickness and how many more things he's seeing than he used to, 10 years ago, that there is something to be heard from him saying this.
But
I mean, look, it's probably a little hyperbolic, of course,
right,
but
that's my point.
But
Like,
I think the sentiment is there.
But to Cole's point, my coaches, their ACL scars were this long. Ours now are this long.
Ooh.
What's going to happen in 10 years? It may just be a pin drop. It's just a pin drop. Guys are better. Yeah, things are getting better.
Boom, you just had ACL surgery.
Congratulations.
God, good one, that easy. Y'all better stop yelling sports in my ear. Last night, the Warriors and Raptors played, but who cares about that? It was Drake night. Drake spent the night staring down KD, talking trash, showing love to our very own Dorsberg, and then intentionally bumping KD after watching the Raptors lose. Hey, Warriors, your thoughts on Drake?
Drake's boost cost them the game tonight.
What is that?
I don't know. I don't get involved with fame. I'm just a low-key guy.
Are you hanging out with Drake tonight? Is that what he's saying?
No, not me. I'm not famous. I'm going to read my book.
This was Drake night here, and he's the one who just interrupted us. Give me a taste of what the trash talk was like, what the what the interaction was like with your buddy there.
I don't give a damn about no damn Drake night.
So stupid. There's a lot of focus on Drake today. Raptors actually lost the game. There was a game. Did Drake ruin Drake night?
You know, it's full disclosure here. I don't get what I'm watching right now because just 2 weeks ago, hanging out with our own Peter Rosenberg at Delilah's on a Friday night, guess who were best friends?
I wasn't invited.
Wow.
Guess who were best friends? One Kevin Durant after a loss to the Lakers, and one Drake was sitting there the whole night chopping it up at the bar.
Were they booed up?
I mean, they were cool as it could be in that moment, and now I see all this. I don't know what happened at the bar. That said, I think athletes can just totally block out Drake, block out the super fan. It's fun in the moment when you, like, we had Jay-Z at one of our games. I said, hey, what's up, Jay-Z? Nice to meet you. Hey, Rihanna. Then you go play football. It's like, I block you out. I think the opponents block you out, so Drake didn't really ruin anything.
We're not allowed to reference that Jay-Z and Rihanna used to hang out.
Oh, I saw it.
Ooh.
I'm sorry. Look at me. I'm snitching.
Got a little
up
bit
here.
awkward there.
I just snitched out.
Sorry, I got you. I fixed it.
This kind of messed up for the Raptors, right? Like it's like you have a birthday party for your girlfriend and she comes and flirts with your better-looking, more successful best friend when he comes into town.
That sounds
That's
very
the sort of
personal.
messed up
I
part
mean,
right
you
there, right?
nailed that.
Nailed that.
Hey,
Like,
listen,
a little too close.
We need to move on quickly.
Personal.
Just get the camera off. My question is Drake going to be the new Spike Lee? He's not there yet.
No,
is
he's
he
not
the new
quite. No.
Jack Nicholson? He's not
No,
there yet. So where
nobody's
exactly
the new
is
Jack
he?
Nicholson.
You know, he's just like some dude who's
Steve
still...
Ballmer light.
Whoa.
Like
Too far.
too far? Okay, too far.
Yeah, let's
too
bring
irritating.
it back a couple steps. It's not quite there yet.
Yeah.
It's like an Ashton Kutcher. Is that a thing?
No, that doesn't. I don't think that's a thing for what.
I'm just thinking of names.
Yeah.
I can't decide who that's more disrespectful to.
Yeah, you went the wrong way.
I'm done with you guys. More hoops. This guy, Kristaps Porzingis went crazy. Career high 35 points, and in the process, he had some dunks. He had some block shots. And I got to be honest with you guys, his stare down is perfect. There were even chants of MVP from the Madison Square Garden crowd, which led Frank Isola to write the following. A seismic shift is developing at Madison Square Garden. The Knicks are slowly but surely evolving into Kristaps Porzingis' team. It is an inevitable and necessary transformation for the franchise. Is this just now happening?
You know, I don't like the negative connotation. When you draft a unicorn who's 7'3", that can run, shoot a three-pointer, and is out there with that kind of mental tenacity, of course it's going to be his franchise sooner or later when you have an older guy like Carmelo who's been holding it afloat for a long time, but now it's not his day. It's going to transition to Porzingis, and there's nothing wrong with it. I just don't like the connotation of like, oh, seismic shift, and now it's his turn.
No, it's all big. Yeah. It's more like osmosis.
Exactly.
It's like slowly but surely, Carmelo's either going to be traded or just get too old to shoot so much.
Darwinism is what it is.
Right. It's not like all of a sudden Carmelo's not the first option on offense.
Exactly.
And it's like, and oh, by the way, dude just scored 35 points for the first time against the Detroit Pistons. It's not like he killed the Golden State Warriors and dropped 40 on them, right? So it's like he had a hot night against a mediocre team. Let's pump the brakes before we crown him MVP, MSG.
But not saying MVP, but I was under the impression that this had already basically transferred over. Like the power had transferred really last season, I thought, like at the end.
I feel like you could only hope that's the case if you're a Knicks fan, right? But based off what you did this offseason, it tells me otherwise. The guys that you bring in, those aged veteran talents there, especially Joakim Noah, who's out there playing the position that Porzingis should be playing night in and night out in the five there to give your team the best chance to succeed. This guy is your bright future. Not these guys you brought in, but all of the moves you make suggest otherwise to me.
I have news for you. They don't have a bright future. As long as they still think the triangle offense is the key to their success, they will will not have a bright future. I'm not saying Phil needs to go bye-bye. I'm just saying perhaps...
It's funny, you talk about this intelligent design to a team, but the intelligence doesn't seem to run all the way upstairs. It's not transferring down to the playing forward.
Can I play you a commercial? I just want everyone's take on this. This is Carmelo and a new commercial. Watch.
Foot Locker, nice.
Mello? Yeah, the Week of Greatness is back for year 5. You been?
Not yet, but I'm planning on it.
You don't sound too urgent. The window for greatness closes fast.
I've experienced my fair share of greatness.
I mean, you're definitely really good, but greatness?
I'm a 9-time All-Star.
That's more of a popularity contest.
I won a national championship in college.
Come on, man, that doesn't really count.
I have 3 gold medals.
Against, like, Peru.
You guys spend a lot of time commenting on the internet?
Yeah.
That's what I thought.
I know, you're probably all thinking, where was the punchline? There wasn't one. That was the commercial, and you like it.
I liked it a lot.
How?
For a couple reasons. One, did you see the guys in the background balling in the court?
Okay.
So it's like gym ratness spoke to me.
Oh, okay.
No, look. I was waiting to see that ball's life connection.
It was like going, those are my dudes in the background.
Okay.
But then also, I just love the fact that Carmelo has enough self-awareness to know these are the comments people are saying about him. This is how he feels about it. And oh, by the way, most people who are talking that yang are just some dudes on the internet and gals.
Thank
on the
you.
internet.
Thank you very much. I am on the internet.
I still believe in equality.
Gals. Thanks, Dad.
Let me help you out.
Just kind of,
Let me say this. Why there was no punchline? Because it was a matter-of-fact commercial, and everything was spoken there was a fact.
But those kids won the argument.
No, they didn't. They lost. Are you kidding me? There's a completely different argument between individual greatness, which Carmelo exudes, and then a team success. You don't have to win championships to be individually great.
All right,
and
let's
Carmelo
go through
is individually great.
Let's go through it. All-Star. Popularity contest? Yes.
For some.
Olympic medals.
some.
Do we all care?
No.
Damian Lillard had a struggle getting an All-Star vote. That's not popularity.
It's a popularity contest for the starters.
For
but
some.
the coaches select
for the
reserves.
bench. Thank you.
For the bench. So
I'm not talking about his greatness, though. I'm talking about that commercial. And if I'm him, I'm upset looking at Tom Brady getting his shine in that commercial. And all of a sudden, I get clowned by that.
No, Tom Brady's commercial was better than D'Angelo. D'Angelo's was best. Then Tom Brady, and then Carmelo.
We're going to do a whole special show about that. We do have baseball to show.
Where's our week of greatness?
Not really. No. Yesterday, Kate Upton stood up for her fiancé, Justin Verlander, after the Tigers pitcher fell short of winning the AL Cy Young. He got the most first-place votes, but 2 voters left him off their ballot, and that is what she took issue with. We tweeted some pretty racy stuff, you guys. She also added he had the majority of first-place votes, and 2 writers didn't have him on their ballots. Can you put more out-of-touch people to vote? MLB. Whew, LZ, what do you think about that?
I'm Team Kate Upton.
God.
Oh, God.
You're really on fire today.
You would be.
I am. Only because of one reason. She's right. When you look at the major statistical categories in terms of a pitcher, in terms of what you need from them, how on God's green earth do you look at the numbers that Justin Verlander put up and decide that he's not first, second, or third on any ballot that you have? I don't
Because they did it.
LZ, you watch sports long enough to know that the best team doesn't always win and the best player doesn't always win the awards. Here's how it goes. If you're Kate Upton, don't put yourself before a process. Don't put your feelings before a process or before your fiance, to-be husband, because this is the problem. If you have an issue, look, Aisha Curry went through this. When you put yourself before it, all of a sudden you come off as a selfish ham who's crying over spilled milk, who's a sore loser, who can't respect that this is how the game goes.
Apples and apples. Aisha was talking about some stuff as it was unfolding. She was talking about the NBA Finals as it was unfolding.
But this unfolded same way.
No. While also ignoring the fact that her hubby had just come back with a 3-1 deficit.
This is just a simple question.
Not the same thing.
It's not even, for me, it doesn't even matter whether she was factually correct or not. I don't even care. Would you want your loved ones? This is really the argument for me, because I always get uncomfortable because the idea of a loved person in my circle of life making a scene is horrifying to me. Like, I would never want them to do that.
Hold on 1 second, because some stuff happened at work, and I just need to tweet about it.
I hate you.
Don't you ever.
You know what? In a vacuum, it works.
Lot.
It works. You like to see someone sticking up. In a lot of cases, you can't say these things as the athlete, so it's nice to maybe get out those true feelings. But then when the rest of the world's around there, all of a sudden it just makes you all look petty.
If my wife signed up to all of a sudden start commenting on my job, I feel like, baby, what we really got going on here?
I'm with Kate Upton. You go ahead and ride or die for your boo, girl. You go do you. You do you.
I need you to just not talk for the rest of the show. You're
ride or die for you.
disinvited. 3 cheers.
Go back to the election. Change that around.
Yeah, do
Make
your
a
job
change.
next time.
Yeah.
Coach Kupos. Oh, my.
And y'all talking about DeAndre Jordan, huh?
I don't
Talk
actually.
about DeAndre Jordan.
Maybe the Earth
Do both.
shifted. Wait.
It did.
Was it a supermoon? Maybe the supermoon had something to do with it. I don't know any of this. By the way, all these videos look great. 2 cheers from Russell Westbrook attacking the basket.
You are funny.
What?
See when Austin Rivers does it, we laugh.
Seriously.
Well.
I am
Lucky
sensitive.
for you.
I am sensitive. Y'all better not talk about Austin
It's our
Rivers.
very first, not to be last, cheer of the year for Austin Rivers.
See what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh, what, for the team with the best record in the NBA?
Whatever, dude.
My time to shine.
I'm buckets, baby.
Dad, did you like that? No, I didn't.
No, y'all act like the off-the-shot clock play doesn't work anymore.